Hey everybody, 423 Ops here. A little tabletop review. SDS imports Lynx 12. Little Saiga clone action. So, let's begin. So like I said, what I have here in front of me is the SDS Lynx 12. It is a Saiga 12 gauge clone. Obviously, the Saiga 12 is a Russian magazine-fed shotgun. Most people, you're familiar with the AK-47. They made a 12 gauge version of that. So this is a clone of it from China. And this is made by the same people who made the Type 56 AKM. So obviously, good quality AKs, some of the best in the world that you can get. Long story short, now you can't, Norinco, Polytech, and other Chinese companies can't import AK-47s into the country anymore. But what they can import is these smoothbore shotguns. So I'm not a politician, not a legislation guy. You know, I'm not going to get into all that. Long story short, we can get these. So I got this for around $300 on budsgunshop.com, and it came with one 5-round SDS magazine, and I also bought a 5-round KUSA magazine when I shipped the gun in. So yeah, and for $300, I'd say it's been a decent gun. They suggest around 300 round break-in period. I've only got about 150 rounds through this. Now they suggest not to use low brass rounds, low brass shells, but I heard that and made it a challenge on myself to only run low brass because that's the cheapest thing I can find at my local Walmart. I'm running these Winchester white box 2 3/4 shells. Again, these are low brass. So, and honestly, I've had okay results out of it. I really have. Again, the first magazine I ran through this, again, this is a 5-round magazine. My first 3 shots were failure to go into battery. So, and no big deal when that happens, you know. I kind of looked like this with the shell sticking in, and I just tapped my charging handle, sent it home, continued on. The last 2 shot perfectly, fed, ejected, yada yada, good to go. So that probably the first box or 2 I ran through it. That was kind of happening, you know, every few shots you'd get a stovepipe or you'd get a failure to feed, failure to eject, what have you. After that, probably around the 3rd box on, these 5-round magazines were actually running pretty reliably. This KUSA magazine, I actually have to give them mad props. I think they're built really well. If you can look, you know, decent construction. And they're really not that much more expensive than the stock 5-rounders. But I will note, to get this to fit in your shotgun and come out easily, you do have to file your catch down a little bit. To get it in right out of the package, it's pretty hard. To get it out, it's even harder. Someone I think on Reddit told me, hey, if you file down the latch, it'll be a lot better. And that's what I did. I just took a regular file, a couple passes over, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 passes over, cleaned it up a little bit, and man, this thing comes out pretty easy. I'm an AK guy by trade, you know, so I'll be doing the cool guy reloads and hitting my magazine out, gross motor, magazine reload, whatever you want to call it. Can't really do it with this one still. There's a little bit of, you know, it takes a little bit of force to get that out. The standard 5-round magazine SDS one that it comes with it comes out like butter. Like, there you go. Glad I got that one on camera. But it actually comes in and out really easily. If you're familiar with how to rock and lock an AK magazine, this should be no different for you, you know. Goes right in, comes right out. Have a little bit of play, side to side, back and forth. On the KUSA magazine, have a little bit. You know, you have a little bit of play. Not as much. But again, the construction between the two, you can definitely tell higher quality on the KUSA magazine. But enough with that. I also got two 10-round SDS magazines, and these are okay. You know, they're easy to load. I'd say they feed okay, but I have not got through a single magazine without a failure. And it's usually failure to eject. I get a lot of stovepipes out of these 10-round magazines. But again, I have not broke this gun through 300 rounds. I do not shoot this with the recommended ammo. So maybe if I did, I can expect a little bit different results out of this. So I'm going to find that out. I'm going to put some proper ammo through these and really see how they run. I got two of these for about $25 a piece. Can't even remember what website I got it on off the top of my head. Probably should have forked over the extra money and got two 10-round KUSA magazines. But I'm going to get some of those, run those, and update, let you guys know how they go. And now there's a few manufacturers out there that makes magazines for this gun. Obviously, like I've said, SDS, of course, KUSA, Kalashnikov USA, of course, because they make a Vepr 12 clone. I forgot what it's called, the KS12. I think that's what it's called, KS12. And again, the magazines are pretty good. CSS Specs makes magazines, and I believe they're all metal. They make an 8-round, a 10-round. Saiga, you can run your Saiga magazines through them. SGM Tactical, they make some magazines for it. I think a couple other people off the top of my head, I can't really remember who else makes magazines. And again, you can get 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 round magazines, I think. I know there's drums for this. Pro Mag makes a 12, a 20, and I believe a 25. And I actually heard pretty good results out of the Pro Mag drums. MD Arms is probably the most sought after drum that's out there. They don't make them anymore, so they're kind of expensive. If you can find them for a good deal, you have one of these or a Saiga, what have you, I'd get it for sure. And I was actually looking, before I made this video, SDS started making a drum magazine. I think there's a 20 and a 25, or maybe one or the other. I didn't do too much research. I found that before I looked at this or made this video, and was kind of surprised, because when I got this shotgun the last time I was looking at magazines and drums, I didn't see that. So hey, whatever. But yeah, again, have about 150 rounds through this. For the 150 rounds I've got through this, again, these 5-round magazines, I'll give them a pass. They're pretty good. A lot of people hate on the SDS magazines. I don't know. I think they're all right. The 5-rounders, again, the 10-rounders, update coming soon. I'm going to try to run a little bit more through this, get the proper break in, shoot the proper ammo through it, and kind of give a better review over it. You know, so let's see here. Got a little list that I want to hit on so I don't miss anything for this video. You know, if you're watching this, is probably my first review on this channel. So what this gun comes with, standard out the box from the manufacturer, I'll start from barrel to butt. It is a 19-inch barrel. There is a threaded protector on here, and this is actually pretty crazy because this thing was super tight, and I have not tried to take it off in a while, but when I did try to take this off, it was actually pretty tight on there, and I had to put the man hands on there, and I didn't even get it off. So I just quit messing around with it. I thought if I shot it enough, it'd probably loosen it up, and I think that's exactly what happened. So you guys seen it here first. There's your threads on there. You can put aftermarket parts on here. There's a bunch of different brakes and stuff like that you can throw on here. And I may or may not go that route, you know. Depends. Maybe I'll just buy another one and trick it all out. Who knows? And working your way back, you do have, you know, like a kind of a traditional bead sight. Not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but there's threads right there, so I guess you can raise it in and out. I'm not going to, you know. I'm not expecting sniper rifle performance out of this thing. So, and then you got your standard, I wouldn't say standard, but like a U-notch, V-notch sighting back there. Accuracy's all right, I'd say. For, like I said, I've only ran birdshot through this at 20, 30 yards at the very most. It's decent, you know. It goes where it should, I guess. Working your way back, you do have your AK standard, or your AK style charging handle. There is a bolt release right here. A little nub right there. You push up on it. If I can, there you go. And it'll lock it open. Now, with a fully loaded magazine, anything other than the 5-round SDS magazine, you definitely have to have it open for it to fit. Like I got, like I said, another one of these 10-rounders, and to try to fit it in there without the breech being locked open, very hard. I can't get it in. Maybe you guys can. The KUSA mags fully loaded, I have to have the breech locked open for it to fit in. On an empty magazine, again, I showed you guys earlier, it fits in easily. So now it comes with a upgraded safety lever, and it's actually pretty decent, if I'd have to say so myself. The tab on the opposite side of here where you can't see can kind of get caught right over here, so you got to put a little bit of force. Like, as you can tell, I'm putting a lot of force on it to crank it down. Cranking it up goes easy. Cranking it down, a little bit of force. So, be that as you may, take that how you want. I don't necessarily mind it. Like I said, $300 semi-automatic AK style shotgun. I don't care. I'm not looking for anything crazy. What you can do is put your fingers right here and grip it and kind of pull it away from the gun. You pull it down that way, it works really well. So, standard AK style dust cover. I have played with some of my other AKs and got that on there. Swapped them out, you know, but I'm going to leave that one on there. If anything, I might get a ribbed dust cover and put it on there just because it's cool looking. That's basically it. Your trigger. Your trigger is, I've never seen an AK trigger exactly like this or feel like this. It's not a bad trigger. Again, for a $300 gun, you know, I cannot complain. Got a lot of take up. Let me see. Got a lot of take up. About right here is your wall. Then it breaks. It's not bad. It really isn't, you know. And you can replace this with your ALG, your Tapco G2, whatever you want to throw in there. Aftermarket support is there. It comes with not your standard com block sized pistol grip. Like, I'm a 6-foot guy. I don't have humongous hands, but I don't have 5.5 foot tall Soviet man hands, you know. It's not bad. Most AK-47s that I get, I replace the pistol grip because the standard one that comes with it, it's pretty small. I don't really care for it. It makes it kind of uncomfortable. And there's beautiful options out there you can upgrade your gun with, different pistol grips. So that's what I do. On the other side of this, go ahead and show you. You got your side mount rail. Throw your RS regulate on there. Put your red dot on there 3 times. Your ACOG, your LVPO, or LPVO, sorry. Whatever you want on there. I may or may not throw a Picatinny on there and throw a red dot on there. I might not. That's for the future me to decide. So, and this is not the standard buttstock that comes with this. This is just a surplus wood stock. The one that comes on here is polymer, and it has a rubber butt pad on there. It's pretty decent. The bird shot that I've ran through there, it manages the recoil on it pretty well. I'd say pretty well. I was taking it off to replace it with an East German pebble stock, and taking the stock, taking the standard stock, the manufactured standard stock that comes with the Lynx 12 off of it. I kind of had a dummy moment. I undid my screw right there. It wasn't coming off. Ended up snapping it off like an idiot because it is polymer. Opened my dust cover and forgot. You gotta undo your screw in there on your trunnion, of course. So shame on me, stupid. Come on. But anyway, so I put that East German pebble stock on there, and let me just tell you, do not do that. The thing is hollow. I ran a 5-round magazine through it and then a 10-round magazine through it, and my shoulder was like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. You know, I'm over 200 pounds, and that thing kicked like a fucking mule. So, don't do that. I put this on there. I swapped out one of my guns. Controversial moment here. The AK that shall not be named. I have a Visca, as well as other import rifles. We'll get into that whole debacle and information in another video. Took this off my Visca, put the East German pebble stock on the Visca, replaced that with this. Went out and shot it the other day. Back to being a beautiful shooter. It manages the recoil really well. I'm happy with it. So that's probably going to stay on there till I get bored. I kind of fantasized putting a Romanian RPK stock on there, and you can take this off with a little bit of modification on the RPK handguard, and you can put an RPK handguard on here. I do have a Chinese surplus sling on here I got from Wraith in a package, the Chinese package. I said, fuck it, why not put a Chinese sling on a Chinese shotgun? So, you know. And I like these. These are actually really awesome. When I first got into AKs, I bought a cheap NC Star Chinese Repro sling, and it broke pretty quickly, you know. So this is, and that's what it was based off of, this right here. This one's way better. Just spend the extra money and get a surplus sling. They're built for this shit. So, yeah, again, 19-inch barrel, standard sights, upgraded safety selector, bolts easy to manipulate, oversized pistol grip, rail. Don't have the polymer stock that's still on here, but you get the gist of it. Sling mounts right here. Sling mounts right here for this one. So now I usually don't clean my AKs. I don't lubricate them. I just like to run the piss out of them. Most of my AKs I don't have 20,000 rounds through. Kind of got into AKs after the curve, after I should have. You know, everything got expensive, and then I started getting into them. So I wish I could just buy 1,000 rounds for $100 and every weekend just blast through a spam can, but I can't. Long story short, I like to abuse them. I like to see what they're made out of, that legendary robust reliability. But I did go ahead earlier before this video, break this down, clean it, and lubricated it up. And I will definitely say, way easier to manipulate. It feels smoother. I'm going to go out here, who knows when, shoot this again. Maybe see if I can get a little better reliability now that I've lubed it up. So now Let's see. I'm going over my little list. Like I said, I don't want to bore you guys, but I don't want to feed you stupid information. But I do want to give a big shout out to TSAFA. He's got a lot of rounds through his Lynx. He has a few Lynx 12s. I know one's got at least like 11,000 rounds. He said his bolt broke after 11,000 rounds. Other one has like 15,000. One has like 8. I'm not 100% sure. I could be misquoting him. If you know, leave it down in the comments exactly what the round count is. And if you're watching this, man, what's up? You know. But yeah. My thoughts on this gun, like I said, for a $300 shotgun, I got to give it the thumbs up, you know. I'm going to reach that 300 round mark, 400 round mark, and then do an update video and really give you guys a better idea and better understanding and give it the real approval or what. I do want to run buckshot and slugs and high brass through this, but like I said, I just go to Walmart and what's on the shelf, that's what I grab, and it's always been the Winchester white box, 2 3/4, 7 1/8 shot. Again, this stuff right here, you know, your typical. I've probably shot this ammo for my shotguns growing up more than anything else. That and maybe Federal, you know. I'm not necessarily a shotgun guy by trade, gun enthusiast. I know a lot about guns and firearms history, yada, yada, yada. No one cares. But I'd say shotguns and bolt guns, I'm probably the weakest in my knowledge and expertise on. I'm more of a military rifle and pistol guy, you know. The cool, fun, loud, boom, boom, bang, bang, stuff like that, you know. Not necessarily a big old pump shotgun and bolt guy. They have their purpose. They have their awesomeness, you know. More of an AK, AR, Glock, you know. That kind of guy. But yeah, I got this because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube and I actually Reddit and Facebook and stuff like that were getting them. And they were getting them really cheap. And I said, hey, why not? I moved up here to Tennessee in this area. I left my shotgun down at my dad's. It's an old Ithaca 12 gauge pump, Featherlight model, I believe is what it is. And I was like, man, I live in Tennessee and I don't have a shotgun, so had to buy this puppy, you know. And what is an AK collection without a 12 gauge AK, you know? So, but I think that's it for this video. You know, I do want to go over again, like I said, closing statements. If you want to run this with a loaded magazine, anything other than the 5-round magazine fully loaded, you want to open your breech by pressing that little button, racking your charging handle back. It'll lock open. As you can see, I'm still kind of getting used to it, you know. I think the best way to do it is take this part of your finger, run it up here. You can see, run it up here, and then just open it up. That's probably the best way to do it, you know. I don't know everyone's ability out there, but I'm not going to see no Russian Alpha guys running super swift with no Saiga 12s or clones. Maybe, you know. I haven't seen everything out there, so maybe I just suck. So, but, yeah, and to close it, you know, put a mag in there and let it go. And she's ready to go. So, yeah, overall, dope gun, especially for $300. I know I've said it 100 times in this video, but so far, you know, I haven't seen anything that makes me say this thing's a piece of junk, you know. A lot of people that don't have this have bad things to say about it. Most of the people that do have this have great things to say about it. I've talked to, can't even tell you how many people now, a lot, that have this gun, and they like it. You know, a few people have said, nah, it's not that great. You know, jams, yada yada. But again, I don't think those people are running the right ammo, haven't broke it in yet. Probably just going off the first 2 or 3 magazines and writing it off. But I like this gun. I appreciate you guys watching this video. You know, me rambling on in my dining room table with my Lynx 12. So, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Helps out a lot. I'm going to be uploading a lot of videos. So, hopefully I'll see you guys around. And we're going to run this thing. And we're going to figure out if this thing's worth $300 or not. All right?